have some lead to revenue model as well, right? If you need to generate certain number of revenue, how many leads you need, what sort of budget you would derive. Is that the same thing which you are mentioning?
Yes, exactly. When I had to do this a couple companies ago, I just built an Excel model. Yes, I have built an Excel model for this. I do think we are going to share it with the listeners here, so you can use it. Feel free to make any updates to the formulas, whatever, but it will be at least be a starting point that you can use to help drive this conversation. So it does exactly what I was describing, kind of goes from revenue, backs into pipeline and SQLs, MQLs, the whole 9 yards. And then, new business versus existing business. You have different assumptions for different segments. It has inputs in there for like win rates, your conversion rates, your sales cycle, what's already in pipeline that will close in the future year, et cetera. So that's all kind of like coming up with my goals. And then it has another tab that kind of breaks down from a marketing perspective. Okay, now that I know what my goal is, and creating like a quantitative campaign plan so that I can make sure and feel good about, okay, if I'm making all of these bets across these different channels, like it kind of all adds up. Like it doesn't seem insane. And then from there, doing the budgeting exercise, I do super strongly believe that marketers can be more in charge of their own destiny around budgeting if they take this path, because it's not something that you should just receive. Like it should be oriented around the goals and like what is realistic from like a cost per lead and cost per opportunity perspective. So I do feel like there's a lot of room for improvement for marketers to argue or negotiate or advocate for a particular budget given a specific revenue scenario. It feels realistic in terms of what you need to generate as a marketing team. It feels realistic for how the sales team would set their quotas. It seems realistic for the CFO so that he can go back to the investors and say, yeah, we're growing 30% year over year. Because some of the conversations can be actually quite helpful. For instance, like, there's just no viable way that we can get there with just more leads, more opportunities. Okay, what are my other inputs? I can increase the sales price. I can increase my deal size. I can increase my win rate. But like, we're all on the same page with like, there's only so many levers that we can pull. And so we got to pull some to figure out how this revenue plan is actually going to work.